When they truly have no life left in their argument, theists will use their last breath to throw Pascal's wager at me. What if you're wrong? What if there is a God? They ask me. This cowardly act is not only sadly stupid, but also childishly silly. It is a scare tactic that should in this day and age be abandoned, as it only works on the fearful and thoughtless. Whenever I'm confronted with that immature strategy, I realize that an entirely new discussion will have to begin. Because a simpleton who invoked Pascal's wager just hasn't thought things through. They speak with audacious certainty. They are sure that only their God and religion are the right ones out of all of the gods and religions of the world. They are certain, of course, not through reason and logic, but through blind and ignorant faith. They speak as if they are a special authority and know all of the inner workings of the supernatural, and that they have gone out of this world to do extensive research on exactly what God wants and what He'll do to all those who simply can't believe in Him. To answer the question, what if I'm wrong and there is a God, I have to first know God and God's mind, His personality, His desires, etc. Without direct communication from any gods, I'm left with whatever people tell me. I've been told almost as many different things about God as there are people. Of course, none of them showed me that they had any credible information, and therefore I can't actually answer that myself. If there is a God, it'll depend on his, her, or their nature and what their priorities are. However, to satisfy the garden variety Christian or Muslim who demands an answer, based on the typical doctrine of biblical and grammatical God, I have to think it's safe to assume that He will be upset with me and He will eternally punish me with hell for the simple act of demanding evidence and demonstration of His existence before believing those claims that I've been given by people. Although since I'm no authority on God, answering what will happen to me is really left up to what each individual person thinks will happen to me. I've already heard many different perspectives and versions of those perspectives. Just to make things interesting, though, I bring up a fresh point of view. I like to ask the theist, what if you're right? What if there is a God? What if there is a God who despises cowardly scare tactics? What if there's a God and vanity is not one of His priorities? What if He wants us to be wholly altruistic and giving and charitable to each other, simply for the act of being altruistic? What if there's a God and despises anyone who would spend their life serving a God they haven't met, while coldly ignoring all those present before them and truly in need of their help? What if there's a God waiting to chide all those who served and praised Him only for the selfish reason of not wanting to suffer in hell, or for hoping to get into heaven and enjoy a pleasure-filled eternity? What if there's a God and she's a logical mathematician who praises reason and logic while abhorring faith and ignorance? What if there's a God that is not of the Abrahamic tradition and is prepared to hand out a gruesome punishment to all those who revere a mythical God of man-made religions? With regards to the foolish employment of Pascal's wager, if the theist wishes the atheist to be a bit thoughtful on the matter of God, perhaps the theist can himself be also a bit thoughtful on the matter of God. Of course, the theist, who is not at all profound on the matter of religion, need never attempt to push his superstitions on others by encouraging profound thinking. What Blaise Pascal left out of his unfortunately famous wager is this: if you've spent your life believing in and living for a God that isn't there, you have lost something. You have tragically wasted the only life that you're going to get.